I could never put this down. I'll never stop thinking about it. Reads one of the reviews of this title, and I can't agree more. The gorgeous book that we are going to talk about today is called American Dirt. It's a fiction by Jeanine Cummins. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So it was part of Oprah's book club for this year, and it soon gained popularity and with it controversy, right? Primarily around its stereotypical depictions. So the novel, it's about this Mexican mother and her young 8-year-old son who are fleeing to the US border. And it's written by this American author who, to quote, intends to shine the spotlight on tragedies facing immigrants. So this has received a lot of flack by Mexican-American authors who have criticized this seemingly well-intentioned novel for the not-so-flattering stereotypical depictions of the crime scene and the Mexican drug cartels. And I actually hear where they're coming from their perspective, right? So American Dirt, it tells the story of Lydia Perez. She's this middle-class Mexican bookseller who has a pretty perfect life, right? So she has a loving husband, a family, an 8-year-old son, until this man walks into her bookstore. So he's seemingly erudite. He's also very conversant, and she is soon enraptured by how much they share, and in finding this true friend when she actually discovers that in reality he's the drug cartel lord, who her journalist husband has been trying to expose. So the narrative then follows a journey as she flees town with her 8-year-old son after this drug cartel violently attacks this Quincera. I think this is a birthday party probably for a 15-year-old niece that she's attending, and they end up killing like most of her family, all of her family, the rest of her family rather. And in their attempt to outrun the cartel, Lydia and her son soon find themselves making this really treacherous journey to the US border on a freight train, right? And they are at the mercy of the fate and some good fellow immigrants that they find along the way as they fight their way to the US border. So as an outsider, I cannot necessarily comment on the accuracy of the portrayal, but the story was powerfully moving, right? It's this heartbreakingly thrilling journey of how they escape from the Los Jardineros, that's how they call the drug cartel, by being strapped onto this top of the moving train, right? And it's quite a page turner. Cummins has managed to come up with this gripping and compelling narrative of characters that they meet along the way, right? Their disappointments, and more importantly, their individual heart-wrenching background stories. And so the critics, right, they have called this as harmful and appropriating melodrama, which actually resonated, right? So I've been in these conversations where well-intentioned outsiders try hard not to, they have these conversations where I'm trying hard not to step into jingoism in defending my country, while at the same time blazing red with embarrassment, knowing, when they ask questions aimed at knowing whether I live in a dump, similar to what is portrayed in Slumdog Millionaire, right? So it's a sensitive issue, and there's a fine line between white and black. But the author, she mentions in this interview, right, that migrants in the Mexican border were portrayed as this faceless brown mass. That's what we see in papers, right, and media. She says she wanted to give people a face, which she kind of succeeds at doing, I would say. So while the criticism may be valid, the relevance of the story isn't diminished in any way, right? It's a riveting tale of humanity and dreams which all of us hold of a better future. I'm going to end with this quote, right? So on the border wall of Tijuana. This is probably a town in the US-Mexican border. The book reads, there's a wonderful piece of graffiti, right? And it reads on this side too, there are dreams. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please pick this up. It's called American Dirt. Yeah. Thank you guys. Talk to you soon.